Hello, today we will study the topic 3 surface tension. Here, we'll deeply study about the surface tension, the terms related to it, the formulas, the key formulas, and all. So, firstly, what this term surface tension means. Surface tension of a liquid is defined as the force per unit length in the plane of the liquid surface acting at the right angles on either of the side of imaginary line that of the surface. So surface tension is nothing but it's a uh, tension or surface tension of the liquid. It is defined by the force per unit length in the plane of the liquid surface, which is acting right angle on the either side of the imaginary line in that particular surface. With respect to that surface, imaginary line drawn inside or like in the plane under the liquid surface, this is what the surface tension means. Dimensional formula for the surface tension will be MT is to the power minus 2, and the SI unit will be Newton per meter or joule meter or is to the power minus 2. Surface tension in a term of work done. Surface tension of a liquid is equals to the work required to increase the surface area. Whatever the work is required to increasing the surface area of the liquid, this is what how the surface tension in the term of work done by the unit of constant temperature. Factors affecting on the surface tension. Temperature, pressure of impurities, as it is all about the liquid. So, obviously, the presence of impurities, medium present on the other side of the liquid, and the nature of the liquid. These were the major factors affecting on the surface tension. Surface tend to contact minimum possible area. Potential energy of the molecules in the liquid surface area is greater than to those molecules lying in the interior of the liquid, but a system becomes stable when the potential energy is minimum. Whenever the condition at the potential energy is minimum, the system becomes stable. Hence, in order to have a minimum potential energy, the liquid surface tend to contact to a minimum possible area. Just for this minimum potential energy, what liquid is doing is the liquid surface tend to contact to a minimum. It is just being contacted in with the minimum possible area. Now, shape of a drop. When the drop of the liquid is poured on the flat surface, the shape of the drop is governed by the force of the surface tension of the force of gravity. The drop acquires such a shape in which the potential energy is minimum. This is the shape of drop. Then the cohesive force and the adhesive force. The force of the attraction between the molecule of the same substance is called cohesive. The force of attraction between the molecule of a two different substance. For the same, it will be the cohesive. For the two different, it will be the adhesive force. Now, the shape of the liquid meniscus in a tube. Surface area of the liquid is become curved in the contact with the solid surface. And whether it is a convex or concave, it depends on the relative magnitude of adhesive or the cohesive forces. It depends on the this kind of force, whether it is cohesive or adhesive. Now, angle of contact. The angle inside the liquid between the tangent of the solid surface of this container and the tangent to the liquid surface at the point of the contact is called angle of contact. Angle of contact is nothing but it is between the tangent of solid surface of the container and the tangent of the liquid surface at the point of the contact. This is particular angle between them is called angle of contact. Angle of contact of a pure water, the clean glass is 0 degree. Angle of contact for the normal glass is 8 degree. This is something important. Angle of contact mercury and the glass is 135. Angle of contact for the silver and the water will be 90. And the angle of contact for those liquids which wet solid is acute. It means less than 90. So the surface energy of a liquid. Work done in a stretching a liquid surface is stored as a potential energy in the newly formed surface. So the work done at the stretching one side liquid film will be delta x. So it will be W is equals to 2 into 2L into delta x. L is the length of the film and the contact with the surface, which is stress film, and the T is the surface tension. And so this is the surface area. Surface area of the tension. Now the capillarity. The phenomena of a rising or a depressing of a liquid is very high, and the fine board in the capillary is called capillarity. What is capillarity? The phenomena of rising or depressing of the liquid in a very fine board tube, in any particular tube, when liquid is rising, either rising or depressing, this particular action is called capillarity. Now the SN of a liquid in a vertical capillary, which is H is equals to 2t cos theta and R rho g. H is the height of the liquid, R is the radius, rho is the density of the liquid, and theta is the angle of contact. Now SN of the liquid is in an inclined capillary. H is equals to 2t, which is cos theta upon R rho g up and cos alpha. This is the action of the liquid in an inclined capillary. We have started the capillary, but action of liquid in the vertical capillary and in the inclined, both are having the different condition. Here it is H2t cos theta upon R rho g. Here H is equals to 2t cos theta upon R rho g, and again one more angle has been made, which is cos alpha, which is angle of inclination of the capillary tube. Now the practical example of the capillary in the daily life. In the plants, water rises through the capillaries from the root of leaves. In the Laltine, kerosene oil rises through the capillarities of the cotton wick, action of the blotting vapor. So these are the common examples from the daily life of capillarity. Now the key formulas and the equations. So T is equal relation between the surface tension and the work done. T is equals to W upon delta A, where T is the surface tension, W is the work done, and the delta is the increase in area. Work done in the stretching a liquid film is W is equals to T into 2L into delta X. So these are the some common formula which we'll have to learn. And the surface tension in the term of rice liquid in the capillarity 2 is T is equals to R H rho G 2 cos theta. And the action in the vertically capillary is this equation. And for the inclined, this is H is equals to 2T cos theta R rho G cos alpha. And excess pressure in the liquid drop or the air bubble, excess pressure will be equals to 2T upon R. T is the surface tension, R is the radius of the liquid, and the drop air bubble. Excess pressure inside the soap bubble, excess pressure will be is equals to 4, in the soap bubble it will be 4T upon R, and for the air bubble it is 2T upon R. T is the surface tension and R is the radius of the liquid of soap bubble. Now on the basis of that, let's move forward with the 1 mark, 2 marks and 5 marks question. So the surface tension of the liquid is decreases with the temperature, as we have studied some factors which in which the surface tension depends. So temperature is the one. So whenever the surface tension of the liquid decreases with the temperature, when the temperature decreases, the surface tension also decreases. Now the surface area of the spherical drop is 2 into 10 raised to the power 6, 10 raised to the power minus 6. Surface tension of its liquid is 7.5 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 Newton inverse, and it is split into the 8 spherical drop of the equal radius. The work done in the process will be. So see, area of the large drop is 4 pi r square, which is equals to 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. Radius of large drop will be under root a upon 4 pi into r. This is equals to 0.399, and we solve it into 10 raised to the power minus 3. Volume of large drop is this. Volume of 8 small drop will be 8 into 4 upon 3 pi r cube is equals to 0.2659 into 10 raised to the power minus 9. So the radius of small drop will be equals to 3 whole square root of 0.2659 into 10 raised to the power minus 9 into 3 upon 8 into 4 pi. So here we get the radius of the small drop. So as we have to find the area of a small drop, 8 small drop, it will be 8 into 4 pi r square. So this is equals to 8 into 4 pi into 0.1995 and 10 raised to the power minus 3. And it's bracket close and power is square. Then we get the area is equals to 1.9 into 1.99 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. So work done W is equals to T into delta A. So when we substitute the value, so we get here work done in this particular process will be 1.49 into 10 raised to the power minus 7 Joule. Now moving to the next, water in a capillary tube rises 4 centimeter if the area of the cross section of the tube is made 1/4, to which height water will rise. So the cross section area of the tube is A is equals to pi r square. So height of the capillary rise will be H is equals to 2 pi upon PGR. So as H is directly proportional to inversely proportional to 1 upon R, so R is directly proportional to square root of A. So H is directly proportional to 1 upon R. So H1 upon H2 is equals to square root of 8 upon A1. We'll just substitute the value in this way. A value of R which is equals to A only. So it will be square root of 1 by 4. So H2 is equals to 2H1 which is equals to 8 centimeters. So option C is the correct one. Now, these are some basic questions like the units of surface tension. What are the factors which affect the surface tension? Temperature, pressure, presence of impurity. How does the surface tension changes with the temperature? Surface tension decreases with the rise in temperature. A hot soap is tastier than the cold one. Why? Since the surface tension is lowered due to the temperature and the soap is spread all over the tongue. This is why a hot soap tastier than the cold one. So these are the very basic question related to the surface tension only. Define the angle of contact between the solid surface and a liquid. Angle inside the liquid between the tangent to the solid surface and the tangent to the liquid surface is at the point of contact. These all we have already studied. On the basis of that, only these questions has been asked. Like this, why the tip of the nib of a pencil split? It acts as a capillary. Capillary is, we have studied, it acts as a capillary and helps ink to rise. Also, now let's move forward with the 2 marks question. Define the surface tension of the liquid. So, surface tension of the liquid is defined as a force for unit length in the plane liquid surface acting rise and either of the angle imaginary line drawn in that surface. This is the surface tension means. End of the glass tube becomes round on the being heated by. When we heat any glass tube, it becomes rounded. Okay, why so? So when the glass is heated, it melts. The surface of the liquid always try to have a minimum area. So for a given volume, the surface area is minimum for the sphere. That is why it ends of the glass and it becomes rounded. Why? Heating, just because of the surface area. Now, if a liquid drop of the radius r breaks into the 27 small drops, then how much will be the change in energy? The surface tension of the liquid is T. So, volume of the large drop and r is equals to the radius of the large drop. So, the volume of the small drop will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. So, r is the small r is the radius of the small drop. So, 4 upon 3 pi r capital R cube is equals to 27 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then r small r is equals to capital R by 3. Area of large drop is 4 pi square. Small drop is 4 pi small r square. So, for the 27, it will be 27 into 4 pi r square. So, we get area will be 12 pi r square. So, change in area is delta A, which is equals to minus for the both this one is small one, the large one. So, here change in energy we get T 12 pi r square minus 4 pi r square. It will be T into 8 pi r square. So, this is the change in energy. Now, water rises in the glass capillary tube, but describe if it's the bore of the capillary tube is coated with the paraffin wax. Why? So, water descends in the glass tube whose inner is coated with the paraffin wax. Because of the cohesive force between the molecules of the water is larger than the adhesive force. Here, the cohesive force is more than an adhesive force between the molecules of the water. Therefore, the water does not wet paraffin wax. This is the reason it is not wet. When the wax is dropped in the cloth becomes wet waterproof. Why? So, normally, cohesive force between the molecule of the water is smaller than the adhesive force. Okay. So, between the molecule of the water and the fabric of the cloth. So, water wets cloth. This is the reason water wets cloth. But when the cloth is dropped with the wax, the cohesive force between the molecule of the water becomes the larger the adhesive force between the molecular wax. So, hence, water does not wet the waxed clothes. Now, 3 marks question. Explain or what are the cohesive and the adhesive forces and explain the difference between them. So, we know that cohesive force, the force of attraction between the molecules for the same substance. For the different substance, it is adhesive. Another difference is happens between the two dissimilar molecules. For the similar molecule, capillary action and the meniscus are the effect. Surface tension, meniscus and the capillary action are the effect. Here, no surface tension has been affected here in the adhesive, where it is affected in the cohesive force. caused by the electrostatic or mechanical forces that exist among the two kind of different substance caused by the hydrogen bonding and the van der Waals forces. A strong adhesive force causes the liquid to spin all over the surface. A strong cohesive force forms droplets on any surface. Now, this is the difference between cohesive and the adhesive force. I explained the relation between the surface tension of a liquid and the work done is increasing its surface area. Write the unit of the surface tension on the basis of it. So firstly, let us consider a liquid film on the rectangular ABCD like this. The surface film try to contract due to the surface tension. AB is pulled inwards. This particular AB part will pull inwards. To keep AB in its original position, a force F is applied in the outward direction. It will apply, but it is in the different or outward direction. So, if the T is the force due to the surface tension, then F is equals to T into 2L. Since the film has a two free surface, we can see, right? So, if the AB is pulled by N, additional distance delta x, then the additional work done would be wfx. Then f is equals to t into twice of l delta x. So t into a as to l or delta x will be equals to delta a, or it is the area we can say. So t is equals to w upon delta a. So on the basis of the unit surface tension is joule per meter square. Now define the term angle of contact. Draw the label diagram to show an angle of contact. First, water in the glass. Second is mercury in the glass. What is the value of angle between the water and the clean glass? So, angle of contact. The angle inside the liquid between the tangent to the solid surface and the tangent to the liquid. It is between the solid surface and to the liquid surface at the point of contact is called angle of contact. This particular point of contact between both solid and the liquid surface is called angle of contact. And the pair of the solid liquid, so here for the glass and the water, angle we make like this. For the glass and mercury, angle will be like this. Theta is the angle of contact. Angle of contact between the water and the clean glass. Water and the clean glass is always a 0 degree. Now, explain the three axis pressure on the concave side relative to the convex side of the curved liquid surface. So, if the surface of the liquid is concave according to the figure B, then the resultant force are due to the surface tension on the molecule on the surface vertically upward direction. Okay. And acting to balance this, the excess pressure acting on the downward direction as well on the concave side is necessary. On the other hand, if the surface is convex, then the resultant R acts downward, and there must be a concave side along with acting in the upward direction like this. Here it is totally working on the upward direction for the case of convex, or the concave it is working on the inward or downward direction. Thus, there is always an excess pressure on the concave side of a curved surface over the pressure of the convex side. On concave, there is more pressure due to the uh, curved surface liquid over the pressure on its convex due to the surface tension. Now, deduce the expression for excess of pressure inside a liquid drop, air bubble on the liquid, and the soap bubble. As we are totally studying the liquid, so there may be the different conditions for the air bubble, for the liquid, for the different states as well. So let's move ahead with our first one, excess pressure inside the liquid drop. So let us consider a drop of a radius capital R, and due to the surface tension, molecule lying on the surface of the liquid will experience a resultant force inward perpendicular to the surface like this. So pressure inside the liquid drop must be greater than the pressure of the outside, as the size of the liquid drop cannot be reduced to 0. So the excess pressure inside the drop will resultant force to the outward perpendicular to the surface counterbalance resultant force of the surface tension. So P is the pressure inside, PO is the pressure outside, and T is the surface tension. So due to the excess pressure, let there be an incident. Radius is from R to delta R. Then the work done dW is equals to work done, and then force into displacement. We know that W is equals to F into D. So excess pressure into area, radius increment. So this will be dW, pressure both, and the area. When we solve this, we get it is 4 pi r plus r its whole square. Increase of the surface area will be A2 minus A1. So we substitute the value here, we get 8 pi r delta r. So neglecting delta r square being too small, so the increase in the surface area. Okay, so increase in the surface area will be P is equals P into 4 pi r square into delta R. So P will be equals to 2P upon R. This is the increase for the first case. Okay, pressure for the first case. Now the exit pressure inside the air bubble. So liquid, like a liquid drop, air bubble also have a one surface in the contact with the liquid. So in this case, also the exit pressure of the air bubble is P is equals to 2T by R. Now, third is excess pressure inside the soap bubble. So, here the condition may be the different. Let us consider the soap bubble for radius r, and pressure inside the drop is greater than the pressure outside. The excess pressure inside the drop will provide the resultant force outward perpendicular to the surface and the resultant force to the tension. So, Pi is the pressure inside, Po is the pressure outside, T is the surface tension. So, due to the excess pressure, there will be an increment R to R plus delta R. So dW is equals to work done force into displacement. Here the dW will be equals to Pi minus P0 and 4 pi r square into delta R. So bubble has a two liquid surface in the contact with the bubble. Therefore, the total increased surface area is delta A2 into 4 pi r plus delta R square minus 4 pi r square. It is 16 pi r delta R. So increase in the surface energy will be here different. It will be B is equals to, when we solve this equation, we get P is equals to 40 upon R. So here the pressure for the soap bubble will be 40 by R. Now, what is capillarity? I establish the relation among the height h of the water column in the glass capillary tube and the internal radius r of the tube and the surface tension T of the water. So, capillarity is the depression or the rise of the liquid in a small capillary passage tube having the small cross section area. It is just like depends on this cross section area of the tube. This particular condition is the capillary, and here establishment of the relation between the HR and the T. So consider a capillary tube immersed in the liquid that waits. We consider that the surface of the liquid is concave. Okay, surface tension is T, and along with the liquid surface theta with the angle of contact. So the force of surface tension now may be resolved in two components. Vertical component is T2 cos theta, angle has been made, but that has also been divided in two components, Tt cos theta and T sin theta. So horizontal component cancel each other. So the unbalanced vertical component will push the liquid up to the capillary tube. A small r is the radius and the circumference will be 2 pi r. So the total upward force will be 2 pi r T sin theta. So the liquid goes on the rising capillary tube and the force surface tension is equals to, so the upward force is equals to the weight of the column, which is equals to 2 pi r T sin theta. This will be the total upward force which has been acted in the capillary tube, and it is equals to the mg or the weight. Then 2 pi r T sin theta is equals to V rho g. So when we solve this, we get the value of h. We just put the value of volume over here, and here we get h is equals to 2t cos r rho g. This will be the height of the liquid column. Now, let's move forward with some numerical based question. How much work will be done in enlarging the surface area of the soap bubble, which is 1.0 centimeters square? Surface tension of the soap solution is this. So work done is equals to T into delta A. When we substitute the value, we get 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. So effect of enlargement area, then delta A is equals to 2 into 1, which is equals to 2 centimeters square. So 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 meters square. Putting the values, so work done W is equals to, we get area and T value of surface tension T and area A. Then here we get the work done is equals to 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 joule. So this is the work done. Now moving to the next. Increasing the area of a film soap solution from the 50 centimeter to 100 centimeter square is 3.0 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 of a work done, and calculate the value of the surface tension of the soap solution. So increment in the area is this delta A2 into 50 centimeters square. So 100 into 10 raised to the power minus 4 meters square. This is 3.0 into 10 raised to the power. This is the work done. And surface tension is work done upon increment area. We substitute the value and here we get 3 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 Newton per meter. A liquid drop of the radius 1 mm is broken into the 1000 equal drops. How much work will be done? Surface tension of the water is 0.07 Newton per meter. So radius is given 1 mm. We convert into meter. A small radius drop is r, which is 4 upon 3 pi r is cube is equals to 1000 4 by 3 pi r cube. We get the value of small r is equals to 1 by 10 r. Area of large drop is already there. Area of small drop and area total will be 1000 into 4 pi r into r upon 10 its whole square, and we get 10 into 4 pi r square. So change in area A is equals delta is equals to 10 into 4 pi r square. We get change in area value. So we'll substitute the value in the work done. W is equals to 0.7 into 36 pi 10 raised to the power minus 6, and here the value we get the value of work done 7.9128 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. So these are very similar numericals only, which are based on the volume, area of the drops, a small drop, larger drop, like this. And simply you'll have to put the values, solve it according to the condition of the situation, and you will get the work done or the surface tension, etc. So another one is a mercury drop of a radius 1.0 centimeter and is sprayed into the 10 raised to the power 6 droplet of equal size. Calculate the energy consumed and the surface tension of the mercury is given. So here energy consumed we'll have to find. So radius is given and the radius of the small drop is let be r, and the condition according to this 4 upon 3 pi r cube 10 raised to the power 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So here we get r is equals to 1 by 100. Then the area of largest drop is 4 pi r square. Area of a small drop is 4 pi r square. Then we substitute the value of r over here. So the total area we get 400 pi r square, and area of the small drops, and change in area is delta A. So when we just a2 minus a1, here we get 396 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 and whole square. When we put the value of work done, W is equals to 46.5, and now then we get the value of work done 5.782 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. These all are totally the same one. Somewhere you'll have to find the height, somewhere you'll have to find the energy, somewhere you'll have to find the work done and all. So on the basis of the surface tension formula, area of a small drop and all, you can easily calculate these things. Now moving to the next, we'll study the case-based question. So again, case has been given to you, and on the basis of that, some question has been asked, and accordingly you'll have to answer. So let's go ahead. Firstly, the case is in a water there are two type of molecules. Some molecules at the surface are called exterior, and some are inside, which is interior. So the interior molecules are attracted to the molecule around them. The exterior molecules are attracted only to the other surface molecule and those below surface, so that the energy state of the molecules on the interior is much larger than the molecules on the exterior. So the molecules the molecules always try to maintain a lower energy state, and hence the exterior molecule experience a downward force, and the force is known as cohesive force. As a result, they try to maintain the minimum surface area, thus allowing the molecules to have a lower energy state. Thus, the surface tension is created, and this molecule attract another water molecule at the polar property. The hydrogen ends, which is a positive comparison to the negative end of the oxygen, cause water to stick. This is why there is a surface tension. Water is a very high surface tension, which is 72.8 millinewton per at 20 degrees Celsius. So now let's go ahead with some question. The energy state of the interior molecules of the fluid is whether it is higher than the exterior, whether it is a lower, equals or exterior, or higher than the equal to exterior. So in the water, there are the two type of molecules. We have studied exterior and the interior. Interior molecules are attracted and around them from that from the para only we can conclude that it is lower than the exterior molecule of the fluid. Tendency of the water to maintain blank surface area of the surface tension. So it is always minimum. Here somewhere we have studied that it will always maintain the minimum surface area just for this what known as surface tension. Now, the water molecule attract one another due to the water molecule is polar covalent bond. Here only we have studied that it is just because of the bond is between, but that bond is polar covalent bond. Or we can study that the water molecules attract one another due to the water molecule polar property, and the hydrogen ends with the positive comparison of the negative ends of the oxygen, and it's called stick together. So that was some thing about the case-based study question. Now this is the subjective question. Again, we have one text, and on the basis of that, we'll have to answer the following questions. The same as the case-based only. Now, another thing is assertion and the reason. So, we have assertion A and reason R, and from those only we'll have to conclude like whether both are correct, whether one is correct, whether another R is correct, A is false, like this. So, first one is a liquid does not overflow due to the rise of liquid is a capillary tube with some insufficient length. This is assertion. The reason is a rise of liquid in the capillary tube is inversely proportional to the radius of the cross section of the tube. Firstly, we'll have to conclude that whether the both are correct or not, and then second, we'll conclude that whether R is related to A or not. So, see, curvature of the liquid rise of the capillary tube increases, but the liquid does not overflow due to the rise of liquid in the capillary tube, or just because of insufficient length. So, the assertion is true from here, we can conclude it. So, the rise of liquid of the capillary tube H is equals to 2T upon R into rho into G. So, H is inversely proportional to 1 upon R. So, the reason is also true, but it does not explain the assertion. They both are different. They both are correct, that is fine, but we cannot say that it is associated with the A1. So, here option B is the correct. Both A and R are true, but it is not correct to the explanation. So, very first thing for assertion and reason-based question is you will have to check whether they both are correct or not. If they both are correct, then just conclude whether R is associated with the A or not. Like this. Let's go ahead with the one more. Assertion is it is easier to spray the water in which some soap is dissolved. Reason is soap water is easier to spread. So firstly, when the liquid is sprayed, the surface area of the liquid increases. Therefore, work has to be done in spraying the liquid. It is directly proportional to the surface tension. Because on adding the soap, surface tension water decreases, so the spraying of the water becomes easy. So, assertion and the reason both are true, but reason does not explain the assertion. So, see, here again we have concluded the reason assertion explanation, and after that, when we connected whether R is connected to A or not, so no, it's not. Again, so option B is the correct one. So, this is how we can go ahead with the assertion and reason-based questions. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next chapter, chapter number 9. Thank you.